Hey guitarists, it's BGB from SATX, and today's just pedal things too. Heavily featuring the tri-parallel mixer from Electro Harmonix, but some other cool pedals too. Now this setup today was very much inspired from messing around with the Electro Harmonix tri-parallel mixer and messing with, parallel pedal board setups. Now, in earlier videos I've mentioned that I'm a big fan of the Saturnworks Parallel 4 looper, and I've used this for years. But lately I've been focusing more on single pedals, mostly from doing this channel and stuff. But when I saw this guy, I knew I had to get it. While the Saturnworks Parallel 4 mixer has 4 channels, you notice it's just got one knob for each channel. I'm pretty sure these are return level knobs, so they turn up the signal coming from the pedals and not coming to. The Electro Harmonix tri-parallel mixer has a whopping 4 knobs per channel. It's got synths, so it's affecting the signal going to the pedals. It's got return, turning up the volume from the pedals. It has this cool EQ knob, which is basically just low-pass, high-pass filter stuff. And these little phase switches, which is actually really important when you're doing parallel stuff like this. I also like the master volume knob and the dry knob. And when I was using the Saturnworks 4-channel parallel looper a lot, my 4th channel tended to be just my dry signal anyway. So I'm not going to miss that 4th channel too much most of the time. And while the tri-parallel mixer is definitely the brains of the operation, I have 4 unique pedals that are going into it that are then combined into 3 channels that are then mixed from the parallel mixer. And we're going to take a quick look at them. But now, let's get a quick 6-pence break. The first channel is just one pedal, and it's the Berhinger TO800, or the vintage tube Overdrive. You might remember from my Tube Screamer Clone Wars video that I kind of declared this guy the winner for sounding exactly like a TS9, and a little adjustments got it to pretty close to a TS808. As you can tell, I'm not doing anything too crazy with the settings. It's just a nice little breakup, and on top of that, it's being layered in with that dry sound also. So it's just to add the girth and some bite. I like it. It's a good pedal. The next chain actually has 2 pedals. The first pedal of the 2 is the Electro Harmonix Ring Thing. This is actually my first ring modulator. I've not really messed with them beforehand. When I was looking at the gonculator and seeing how the ring modulation teamed up with distortion to make some really cool sounds, I thought I need to try one of these out. Here are the settings on the Ring Thing. I started from preset 3 and then modified it to this. I'm having it act as a pitch bend because I'm a coward, as opposed to having it do like true ring modulation. But I have that wave knob turned all the way down, which makes it sound really nasty, and I dig it. It's not so nasty I can't use it, but it's pretty good. And I know letting the dry signal come in with it also lets the ear know what's going on. And now the second pedal of the second chain, which is the Rainbow Machine from Earthquaker Devices. I got this as a birthday present from Colby, who you might remember from the Cigarette Daydreams video. This is a weird reverb slash delay slash pitch bender slash kinda nod. It's like it feeds on itself. I have it set at some pretty mild settings, and you hear that kind of whooshing sound going up when you have the magic button going, and it's pretty magical. Here are the settings on it. You can see it's pretty mild compared to a lot of other ways to use it, but the way it combines with the ring modulator I think helps really even it out slash add that little extra magic. And here's the ring thing going into the Rainbow Machines pedal, which makes up the second chain. It adds a bit more energy, which makes those whooshes a bit more substantial, I guess. I really like it. The third and last chain is also just one pedal. It's the Hexe Guitar Electronics Revolver Mark II? I'm pretty sure it's Mark II. And when you hear this, you might think it's a delay, but it's not a delay per se. It chops up your signal and makes it stutter like a CD player. And when it does that, it does repeat the samples a bit, but they're very chopped up and cut off. Here are my settings. I have it set to the auto mode, and I just kind of let it keep going. So even though it's not a delay, it definitely acts like one. But what's nice though is when you stop playing, it shuts up pretty quick. And now we're going to hear all three chains going together, and they're all routed through the tri-parallel mixer from Electro Harmonix. The big thing I would pay attention to is while I play, it might sound pretty chaotic, but as soon as I let go of the guitar note, it calms down super fast, so it's not like one of those delays or verbs that will go on to eternity. So if you hit a wrong note, it's not going to keep repeating and reminding you what happened. I really like this sound. So yeah, that's it. The tri-parallel mixer from Electro Harmonix, designed by Mike Matthews. And they made a pretty awesome pedal. It's kind of reignited my interest in doing parallel board setups. Also, having a lot more pedals since I last really did that's been pretty inspiring as well. While I think the tri-parallel mixer is probably better for doing like tone shaping and sound smithing than the Saturnworks Parallel 4 looper, I'm probably going to keep using the Parallel 4 looper and maybe just whatever combination of pedals I put together with that tri-parallel mixer, have that be just the fourth channel on there, you know, so that way it's a parallel loop of 3 chains inside the fourth chain of a 4-channel parallel looper, because that's what we really want, is to make it more complicated. Anyway, let's listen to this combo some more. I got some more palm muting and lower notes, and it will open up into a nice little chordal thing where you can really hear how it resonates with the low D just kind of droning. All right. Before we wrap this, I just want to say, hey, do all the things. Comment, tell me some ideas you might have for some other cool pedal combinations. I'm definitely going to follow up on the comments from the first one. A couple of those sounded really cool. Also, be sure to hit that like button, do the subscribe, all the engagement. And as a last note, I know everybody's wondering, does it doom? Yeah, it dooms. Let's check it out.